Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Blacklist Universe. I am your host, Mike S. Miller. I am a comic book artist of more than a quarter century. I am now doing my own books on Indiegogo. You can go check out themegcomic.com if you have not already. There are preview books there for you to peruse and check out. Anyways, gonna do a little show today on Star Wars posters then and now. And as you can see, there's this lovely little animated GIF for The Force Awakens, which... How did we get here from there? How did we get here from there? Well, let's not just start there, shall we? Let's go back. Let's go back. Everyone loves Star Wars. Well, not everyone loves Star Wars. Anyone with any sense loves Star Wars. But let's go back to the very, very beginning of Star Wars. And I do want to say this is going to be sort of a retrospective on the posters throughout Star Wars history, but this will not be exhaustive. There were multiple posters put out for every episode over the decades, right? And there's no way I could do, well, I guess I could, but it would take like 10 hours to do like some exhaustive list of the Star Wars posters. But I do want to start back here towards the beginning, the very beginning. Actually, this is Ralph McQuarrie doing some just initial Star Wars poster layouts. I don't believe this one was ever used for an actual movie poster. Oh, wait. No. This was not. Let's see. I'm trying to do research on this piece as I'm doing it because it's it was so far. Ralph McQuarrie. He was the designer of Darth Vader, C-3PO, R2-D2, and he was very important on the visual design of Star Wars in general, doing matte paintings, posters, concept art, everything. So he did do some concept art for these posters, and let's see. Yeah, I have this one here. I think this one was actually used, and I do believe this was an actual Ralph McQuarrie piece. If someone in the chat knows more than I do, they can let me know. But yeah, so from the guy... Gosh darn it. At least I know it's a Ralph McQuarrie design. I don't know if he did the final piece, but I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, I can't imagine they would have let someone take this, because he did do this original design, and then this final looks like it's taken directly from the original design. But if I'm wrong, then hey, like I said, this is not an exhaustive study. I'm not a Star Wars expert. I am an artist. I am a Star Wars... I was a Star Wars fan. It's hard to say. I don't know. The prequels kind of killed Star Wars for me, but until then, I was a replete Star Wars fan. So, at any rate, let me do something really quick here before I get to the next. Actually, let's just get to the next one. So this is the piece that everyone knows. I'm going to go ahead and let the chat in on this story. So, this... shoot, let me get down here. This was the Star Wars movie poster I think that everyone was familiar with back in the 70s. This was art by Tom Jung, who he was working as a freelance illustrator for the advertisement firm Lucas went to consult for marketing. Bit of a Frazetta feel to it. The design, it's just classic, right? It's a classic. It's burned into all of our minds. This particular Star Wars movie poster. It's just gorgeous. They did so many great designs. Again, similar design to this. but I believe it was the Hildebrandt brothers. Let me double check. I believe it was the Hildebrandt brothers. Yeah. Los Brothers Hildebrandt. They took the design from this one. Again, classic design. Just copied it, kind of boosted. Oh yeah, it says Hildebrandt right there. Boosted it up, made it a little clearer, better contrast. It is an altogether better piece. But what was their excuse? They said, Lucasfilm didn't. They thought this version was too dark, and they just had the Hildebrandts basically redo it with a little more oomph. And I think it oomphed up nice. We moved then into this classic piece, art by Tom Chantrell. This is I love this piece. And it's interesting because you have a laser blast here, lightsaber here, but they all focus you in, right? They all focus you in on the center of the piece. Everything's driving you. Well, this is driving you around. You have a visual continuity here. Just good design, great execution. How did we get where we are now? I'm sorry. Let's just keep going through the memory lane. The memory lane portion of this. Gosh darn it. I'm looking on the other computer at these other posters that came out, and I don't want to just put every single thing up. But let me jump over and see if you guys have any comments, so I don't have to just rush through this. Close. This is a live stream, so that's red. Tangents. Had that one on my bedroom wall as a kid. Gosh, yeah. This was just it's the best piece. I actually did a Guardians of the Galaxy piece based on this design. Came out pretty cool. Let's see. That poster is awesome. Everyone has heroic proportions they don't have in real life. Yeah. Ralph wrote the prototype Boba Fett costume. Wore the prototype Boba Fett costume. That looks more like a book cover. How many tabs do I have open? I have a bunch of tabs open because I did Google searches for all of these. Oh, the Japanese poster is awesome. Yeah, I should look that up. If you guys have ones that you want me to look up, let me know. Here, I think I have here. Star Wars Japanese poster. That's rad. Empire Strikes Back. That would be Jedi. Star Wars 1 Japanese poster. Oh, this is cool. That's for all of them, though. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. A lot of these. This is just the best. Oh, what the heck? Okay, anyways, we're getting off track here. Where was I? Star Wars. Yeah, and then we get into the future with the Drew Struzan when they did the reissue and the I believe this is when they did the versions. Yeah, the 1997, the reissue when they added all the digital effects and whatnot. They hired in Drew Struzan, one of my favorite illustrators. In fact, I wanted to be Drew Struzan when I was younger. Yeah, please do smash that like button, hit that share, and let's get some other people in here. Mike wants to make sure I don't get any work done. Sorry. Yeah, man, and just the design work. This all the action is going in one direction, so you have this sense of continuity, and then you have Drew Struzan does a great thing with, and it's not like he made it up, but where you tier the heads, so you know who the main people are, but you still have this cool sense of action and drama, what's going on. yeah, he did all the great movie posters, the Indiana Jones posters, and what else? I don't want to go into a Drew Struzan retrospective here, but man, yeah, some of the best movie posters in cinematic history you will have recognized were Drew Struzan's pieces. So let's go on. And here we get to The Empire Strikes Back. I love this poster. I love this poster. It's so simple. So simple. Just, you know, Hoth. You've got the characters in the background. You've got Luke here in the foreground. You've got the larger images, the juxtaposition, the overlays, and then behind them all, once again, just like in Star Wars. God, I hate calling it A New Hope. Just like in Star Wars. Oh, by the way, this is art by Roger Castell. I don't know why they kept changing artists, but I was glad. I loved this piece. And then you just get a little bit of this action here, but I love this piece now. Honestly, this made it look like a romance novel when I was a kid. That's why Empire was my least favorite of the three as a kid, because it's such a mature film, right? It's got such mature themes, and it's just a deeper film than you get from A New Hope or Jedi, right? A kid understands A New Hope. A kid understands a Jedi. For a kid, Empire was just kind of it's just too adult, just too mature. But the movie poster now, as an adult looking back, it's great. It is classic. Let's see what you guys have to say. Looming Vader head is the best, always, right? Remember the rare Revenge of the Jedi poster, says Mr. K. You mean, darn it. That was terrible timing. Terrible timing. All right, I'm going to skip this Empire poster so I can get to the Revenge of the Jedi poster. Again, the Looming Vader head. Again, Drew Struzan. Just epic, awesome, simple, juxtaposed imagery of just that epic clash, father and son, and then just the looming head in the front. This one of my favorite Star Wars posters. I'm gonna say that about all of them on our. Jeez Louise, they were so good. They were all so good. What the heck? All right, let's go back to this one. I'm not even sure who did this one. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. Was it Josh Kirby? No, I don't think Josh Kirby did this one. Why don't you people sign your names to everything? Let's see. Is there a name on here? No. Nope. Nope. Sorry. I don't know the name of the artist on this particular poster. So let's go beyond it. Although I think this one's a little bit messy, a little too much going on here. This should have, I don't know, they should have darkened this area here. It just, if they could have focused this line here, I like this. There's information here, but it's dark. So you could have had this nice funnel. I think this area here just kind of convolutes it up a little bit. Probably why it's not one of the ones that sticks out in my mind the most. All right, we did that. And then we get to the official Return of the Jedi. I believe this was yeah, right? And again, I do think this was Drew Struzan. Let me look it up real quick. I should have looked this stuff up before. Gosh darn it. No, I don't think this was it. No. Sorry, me bad. I should have looked this up before. But a decent design. I think this is a little too singularly tiered. So probably, maybe not Struzan. Then this just kind of looks tacked on here. But okay, so they're not all my favorite. Let's move forward in time to another Drew Struzan masterpiece, even though the movie was not a masterpiece, the episode 1 Phantom Menace release movie poster. A great, again, master of juxtaposition, except here we have Darth Maul, Ray Park's eyes looming in the background. Just so intimidating. Such a great design of a character and everything. A little muddy. Stephen Chorney, maybe? Oh, you thought for the other artist? Yeah, sorry. I should have done a little more research here. You mean when posters were awesome, even if they're dated? Gosh, I just wish Drew, and I think Drew retired, but if they could have just dragged him kicking and screaming out of retirement to maintain doing the Star Wars posters, I would have. This movie poster is the best thing. This movie poster and Darth Maul are the best things about this entire movie. So yeah. Hold on, let me double check something real quick here before I move on. All right. And on to episode 2 again. Drew Struzan bringing Jango Fett to the fore. See what I mean? How Jango Fett's dark, right? He's dark. Struzan lightens up a bit just so it doesn't get too contrasty. But this area here, even though it's full of action and characters and stuff, it doesn't muddy up the image. It's visually appealing, visually pleasing. Great juxtaposition. You get the idea, just like in episode 2 of the first, or episode 4. You have Luke and Han and Leia, right? Here you have is it Amidala? No, Padme. Is it Padme Amidala? Gosh, I forget. I'm trying to delete these movies from my brain. And Anakin. Again, the best thing about the movie, the poster. Then we move on into episode 3, and Drew Struzan kicking butt, taking names again, while this lightsaber duel in the movie is beyond question the dumbest lightsaber duel in the history of cinema, the dumbest sword fight in the history of cinema, even worse as a sword fight than the duel between the Black Knight and King Arthur in The Search for the Holy Grail. It still looks cool as hell on the cover. Yoda's saber is pointing towards the action here. Mace Windu, who never should have existed, off here on the side. Great triangular juxtaposition of the heads. And again, Darth Vader looming, ever present in the background. I have the high ground. And you don't get lost. You don't get muddy. Everything is important. Everything makes sense except Mace Windu. I just get out of here, Mace Windu. What the heck are you doing in this movie at all? And it's just beautiful and well composed, and the colors are just eye pleasing, and it's just eye candy, man. It is just eye candy, right? You don't like twirling lightsabers? No. Oh my gosh. It's just the worst lightsaber duel. All right. And then somehow or another, someone at Lucas convinced or hired someone in the art department to make this. Hey, instead of having this gorgeous, beautifully illustrated, emotional, impactful, perfect, well, not perfect, but illustration, why don't we just gather a bunch of pictures and slap them on top of each other? This is where the downfall of Star Wars movie posters begins. I will not credit the artist here because there's no artist here. And then we get to The Force Awakens. And what a convoluted... John Malin, help me here. Is this right here the worst tangent in the history of tangents? You line up Kylo Ren's lightsaber with Rey's staff. What? What? And then you're just trying to jam every bloody character in the story into this little area here. You can't feature everyone. First of all, Phasma doesn't deserve a place on this cover. They should have blown up Han and Leia here in the front, and Chewie, right? Han, Leia, and Chewie. Poe had a bigger part to play. I hate that they gave him the lightsaber for this. It's just so disingenuous. This is just so bad. So bad. It's, you know, which one was it? We got this is actually more entertaining. This is actually more entertaining. Bloody hell. What the hell were they thinking? And then again, all they did was use photographs. These are all just pictures. They just cobbled together pictures, slapped them together. They told somebody, hey, try to copy those Drew Struzan designs, but just use a bunch of pictures and we'll pay you, you know, we'll pay you your standard whatever rate. Absence of logos. Flassen lightsaber. Yeah. So again, the downfall began here, and then we got here. And I like The Force Awakens. I like The Force Awakens as a movie. Not obviously not the best Star Wars film ever made, but at least with the prequels, the posters were better than the movie. I don't know if that's an at least. Anyways, Rogue One, back to some semblance of design, right? I dig this one, even though it is photos, even though it's all photos and photoshopped, and just it's a great design. It is a great design overall. So they hired somebody with a lick of sense in their head to do a good composition of this. It just sort of reminds me, if you're going back to the Ralph McQuarrie stuff. Oh, not that one. Just simplicity of design, right? Simplicity of design. You know, the execution's different, obviously, but I feel like the simplicity of design here really pays off as a poster. And then we get to this failure. Why on earth? First of all, you cut her feet off. You basic understanding of design. If you're going to have a character on screen, you don't cut them off at the feet. You either bring them up so that it's like thigh or more, thigh up, right? Or you shrink them down so you can see their entire body. But such a rookie mistake here, cutting her off at the feet. And then the imbalance of Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker's heads is just so it visually unpleasing. These are movie posters, right? These are movie posters. It's supposed to be appealing. I actually did a correction on this, where I put her on top of a mountaintop so that you can see her feet and that she's standing on something, and then I blew up Kylo Ren's head so that it matched the same proportion, so that you had the dichotomy of the two characters balanced against each other, rather than giant Luke and itty bitty Kylo. It was just, yeah, it was. And then The Last Jedi. We get to The Last Jedi again. This was the teaser poster, and then this was the final poster, which it's not convoluted, so they did get back to a sense of simplicity. The overall design is okay. So they were getting back to something that's a little visually appealing, except for, it's all red and white, which is stark. But I don't really know why they wanted to play that up either. The whole red and white thing on that planet. Just for visuals, I guess. But having Luke Skywalker, take the place of the looming threat that is Darth Vader. That's what this is reminiscent of. It's reminiscent of the Darth Vader in all of the classic designs, right? Darth Vader, the looming threat, the looming threat, the looming threat, the looming threat. And then boom, you get here, and Luke Skywalker is the looming threat for The Last Jedi. It didn't make any sense to the story. It doesn't make any sense on the poster. I mean, other than what? His hood is the shape of Darth Vader's helmet. Now, design-wise, I'm going to give this one a B. But contextually, it just doesn't make sense. It does not. He was the looming threat for the fandom menace. The background color saturation really distracts from the characters. That too. But at least they were going for something here, right? Although the singular source of blue light with the lightsaber, I see they tried to tip a little bit of blue on a BB-8 here, even though he's a yellow droid. Oh wait, that's not BB-8. That's that other one. If you can tell, if you can see what you want to do is, if you have a blue here, you want to have blue somewhere else. And they just put a little blue light here on the droid. It's like, that is not enough to be visually balancing and visually pleasing. So, anyways. So then we get to this. Yesterday. So yesterday, this was the leaked poster. And people were like, well, maybe it's not real, right? Maybe it's not real because it's so convoluted. That's kind of why I wanted to take this little jaunt down memory lane to show how we went from, simplicity and design and just glorious, iconic, things that will burn themselves into your memory and fill your imagination with hope and okay, they're not right, just eye-pleasing, gorgeous things, to where we start falling off and falling away from what is good visual art, visual storytelling. All right, again, we got a good one here. And then people are saying, well, it can't be. It's so convoluted and whatever. I'm like, no, man, this is right in line with the direction the movie posters have been going. Right? Okay. Visually, what the heck? So parallel lines here. You have the Millennium Falcon. You have this. You have this. You've got these parallel lines. You have these parallel lines. And then you have this line creating a forced redirection. This doesn't work. This doesn't work at all. Remember back when Drew Struzan was doing like, where was it? Okay, see, like he creates lines for center of focus, right? Creates lines for center of focus. He brings people's eyes in. You have this flash line. You have these lines coming in from a direction. Again, lines all focusing on a central theme. Lightsaber here too. Ugh, and then it gets all screwy here. Where's that one I was thinking of? Right, all these lines. This isn't Drew Struzan, but they all bring you into a center focus. Where is this going? Left, right, and then this one just kind of screws up your. It's just an uncomfortable image to look at. I love parallel lines. It's all over the place. That's correct. It is all over the place. Why isn't Lando in the poster? I don't know. I did want to get into the actual stuff in this poster and kind of guess where things are going. Obviously, Kylo Ren, the Knights of Ren have been teased since the first in this new trilogy, so bringing them in is good. There's, multiple theories about who they are because they haven't given us any information. My personal theory is that when Kylo brought down the Jedi temple, after he dropped the thing on Luke, then there were probably he probably went to the other students and made them pick sides, right? Something like that. So, because you can't just magically have a bunch of other people follow you, right? So I think they're probably all for. Yeah, they had lightsabers, right? There's an image with them all with lightsabers. So they're all Force users. So I would bet money that the Knights of Ren are actually Luke's other fallen students, and then they turned to the dark side and slaughtered those who were loyal to Luke and the Jedi. Who this purple garbed gal is, your guess is as good as mine. Why C-3PO is carrying a bowcaster and Rey's staff and a Chewie's ammo belt? I'm gonna guess he's being a mule. They just threw all the stuff on him. They had to go do something where they couldn't carry their weapons, and so they just dumped all their stuff on C-3PO and told him to hold him and wait by the door. And then they're like, you know what I mean? Like they have to go into Jabba's palace or something. And like, oh, you can't bring your weapons. Leave them out here with the droid. And they just dump them all on C-3PO. And then C-3PO is like, oh, I'll wait here then. And then they're like, hey, that'd be funny if we put that on the movie poster. Everyone will think that C-3PO is like going to be a badass. No. He's a protocol droid. He's always going to be. So I'd put money that's what they're going to do with this, and this is just another stupid feint for the movie poster people. Finn? Yeah, whatever, dude. I don't know what this is. I guess this is their new Jar Jar? The weird little alien creature from... Why? I don't know. Hey, let's just keep introducing new characters and see what sticks. Chewie still here. I'm speculating. Now, this is a probably not gonna happen speculation. But you guys know that Han Solo had a black wife, or at least she claimed to be his wife. Sana Starros was her name. And, Han said she wasn't. She said she was. But that young lady there looks like she might be just about the right age to be their kid. Wouldn't that be an interesting turn of events? Right? Out of the blue, here comes Han's other kid, who would not be a Force wielder, but she does look like, a space pirate, so why not? Could very well be. Shoot, I lost my chat. Who you calling young lady? I feel like I'm losing my chat here. Chewie doesn't need a weapon anymore. She doesn't look mixed. Well, you can't say that, Loki. You can't say that, Loki, because mixed kids can come out any shade. Yeah, you can have it's huge different. Dude, I have a kid that he's a quarter Japanese and he's blonde hair, blue eyes with pale white skin. He doesn't look anything, Genetics are funny that way. Then we get to Rey. Rey? Rey. Why do you have a white lightsaber, Rey? Why do you have a white lightsaber? And why are you wearing all white? Is this Gandalf the White? Come back from the dead? In Star Wars lore, the only other person with a white lightsaber is Ahsoka, and those were redeemed red lightsabers. Okay, so for those who don't know, lightsaber kyber crystals are actually light side of the Force drawn or sensitive, right? Whatever, however you want to say it. So like when you install a kyber crystal into a lightsaber, it sort of reads the Force wielder, and that's how you get the color that emanates from the lightsaber. At least I guess when it's initially created. The only time, and then like the reason all of the Sith lightsabers are red is because they are light Force sensitive. And I'm not even sure I'm saying that the right way. A Sith has to basically force its will or its darkness into the kyber crystal of a Sith or a dark Force wielder. So it basically, it like, it's I've heard it said it causes the crystal to bleed, and thus it's red, right? Kylo Ren's crystal is actually, he apparently, I'm not sure about this, he used such a concentration of Force, he cracked his crystal, and that's why it spits and sputters. Right? Yeah. So they're mood rocks. Essentially, they're mood rocks. Now, no, but they're naturally light side of the Force crystals. And so that's why, you know, you can have a variation of different colors from Jedi who are light Force users, but every Sith, every dark Force wielder has a red lightsaber. Now what Ahsoka did, if I remember correctly, was she somehow redeemed the crystals of Sith Force lightsabers, Sith lightsabers. And when she did that, the redemption somehow healed the crystal and it came out white. So I'm trying to see her lightsaber. I can't see much of the hilt, but it kind of does look like Vader's saber, the one that broke. Gosh, yeah, it does. There's the button and everything. I'm looking at mine. That looks like the original lightsaber that Obi-Wan gave to Luke, which obviously was Anakin's before that, but which was freaking broken in the last episode. So what is that, duct tape in the middle? And that was never a dark kyber crystal. That was never a dark Force kyber crystal. So I'm not sure how this got to be a white lightsaber. Maybe the kyber crystal was broken. I don't know. This is just stupid speculation at this point. It's possible that when they broke that lightsaber, somehow the kyber crystal was damaged, and maybe somehow or another, because, you know, Rey can do anything, somehow or another she healed that crystal and then rebuilt that lightsaber. And instead of it coming out blue, it came out white. Huh? How's that for a fan theory? It's just a theory. A fan theory. All right, let's see what we got in the background here. We've got some TIE fighters, a TIE Interceptor. Is that a standard Star Destroyer? Yeah, standard Star Destroyer. That looks like a Super Star Destroyer down here. And then, oh yeah, the red Trooper Guard. The Red Trooper Guard. That's interesting. That, yeah, I can't wait to see what exactly that is, because obviously the Imperial Guard they had before have all been dispatched by our friends Rey and Kylo. So I guess we will see what the Red Trooper Guard is. It's all speculation at this point. I think I covered everything on here. This, I don't know what this little... Is this another droid? Are they throwing more crap into here? Or is this like... I don't know. Is BB-8 having children? Yeah, again, your guess is as good as mine on the purple-clad thingy here. I don't know. Yeah, I can't even speculate. Cannot even speculate. I do like that they threw in these classic Star Wars. Oh yeah, there's a Y-wing, an A-wing, and an X-wing. Y-wing. This is an A-wing, isn't it? It's hard to see. It's very small. No, maybe it's... I don't know. It's hard to tell, but it looks like an A-wing. Y-wing is a bomber. Another X-wing over here. But using the background designs from the original Death Star. Oh, is there going to be a Death Star? Or are they just using this as a design element? Another Death Star, perhaps. Because they haven't done enough of those. No Rose Tico. No Rose Tico. Thank God. Sorry, Ethan. I know you love her, but a new Star Killer. Maybe it's just got a Death Star wallpaper behind it. Oh, brother. At any rate, that has been sort of a retrospective on Star Wars posters then and now. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope some of my speculation is accurate, and I kind of hope some of it isn't. Surprise me, Star Wars. Surprise me. Could you? Would you? I would appreciate it. Anyways, do like, subscribe. If you want more Star Wars stuff, when it comes up, I'll do something. I just wanted to hit this one because of the poster was new, and there were some things that I was speculating about it. So, anyways, do like, subscribe, hit that share button, hit that bell for notifications. And again, do check out themegcomic.com. I have not put the link in the description, but I will as soon as I am done here. Do support independent comics. Thank you all for being here. God bless, and may the Force be with you.